Welcome to the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of banking, car news, weird stuff off the internet. We look at your town and other things that are of
There might even be
medium entertainment value.
There might even be some new things that get added to this ever-growing list of epic, awesome sauce.
A new segment, Martin. Of course, we've kicked off the new segment, Is That Even Legal?
Is it better to pour your sauce or squirt your sauce?
All questions that should be answered, Martin. All questions that probably will be answered. How's your week been going, mate?
Good. I've been playing with cars, cutting things up, making cars work that didn't work, making new cars. Made one car out of 4 the other day, me and the old turbo Yoda and mechanical stick.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I made one car out of 2. Actually, half a car out of 2, which is the same as 1 out of 4, really.
Technically, ours was 3.5. But
really?
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, no, you win. That's cool. Anyway, let's just let's hook right into it, Martin, because I do believe we've got some riveting news. Isn't car news interesting, Martin?
I think car news is really interesting. I'm not sure if people skip it, but I find it. I don't skip it.
Car news is not that interesting generally.
I don't skip it in the real life, and then I don't skip it afterwards on YouTube.
But a lot of the news that we're presented as car news is actually pretty boring. Jaguar has got a new button.
Except we don't do that.
No.
Do we?
No, but that's what car news seems
that's what
to
car
be.
news
It's like
is.
if you look at car news, it's like there's a new button on the Jaguar, and when you press it, it does different.
Do you know what this car news will never be?
No.
10 reasons you shouldn't buy the Jaguar XK1457 Alfa Romeo.
Yes.
It's never ever going to be that.
That is a solid car, though, and everyone out there that owns one of them is, that's a
riveting.
classic.
They watch
Riveting.
the car news.
Anyway, Martin, let's hook into our special version of car news. So, Martin, we're talking robots. Is that right?
Wait, are we going to talk autonomous driving, self-driving electric cars?
I hope so, Martin.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, Rob. How are you, mate? How you going? You can just send your complaint to
I don't have an autoresponder that automatically deletes your email, I promise.
Anyway.
It may or may not be true.
Shout out to Rob, who complains every time we talk about electric cars.
They're coming, people. They're coming for you. They're coming to a town near you. But you know what else is happening with electric cars? It's quite exciting.
No, I don't, Martin, but I'd love to hear about it.
There's this series that just come out called Robo Race. Sounds like a computer game, probably is a computer game, isn't a computer game, except for the fact that a lot of guys that are probably good at computer games write the software that makes the cars drive themselves around a racetrack at speed.
Is someone controlling them, or are they AI?
They're AI.
It's Westworld
So
stuff.
it's not remote control car because you can go down to your local park and race them. I'm talking like the car is deciding where to go on the racetrack.
Wait, so do they somehow standardise it so the cars have the same running gear and everything? Because otherwise you just make a bigger battery and a bigger thing and it goes faster, right?
So this is all over the news, and it's this massive new big series, and there's going to be 10 teams, except at the moment there isn't 10 teams.
Okay.
There's one.
Who are they racing?
Themselves.
Okay.
They had one car, so to make it a race, technically you need 2 cars, so there's 2 cars. I think one of them crashed recently, which is not surprising considering the amount of like brains that goes into this, and I think it's freaking amazing that this is even possible.
Didn't the Wright brothers crash their plane?
Oh yeah.
They like ran along and
100%.
jumped up in the air and
100%.
flapped everywhere and flapping themselves
Because
crazy and then
it's
they
one
crashed?
thing to drive down the shops at 50 k's an hour and not bump into a old Gladys who's walking a dog, but it's another thing to do 200 k's an hour around a corner. So much can go wrong, and I mean, F1 drivers are incredible humans that they're able to deal with all that sensory input and output, but you're trying to get a computer to do it. I think that's pretty impressive, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's part of a series that's with the Formula E, which is where all the electric driven cars by humans race around, so they're trying to do another series, which is, it's all cars. But I want to know, would you watch it?
Well, I would watch it, but I think what's interesting is that already people have like dehumanized race car drivers. Like they refer to them as machines, right? Like they're like, he's a machine, it's like that. And I actually saw Chaz Mosder yesterday, who's a V8 supercar driver for Supercheap Auto. I saw him at the airport and said hello, and he said hello. He has chopped fingers on his Civic, by the way, which is pretty cool. Awesome. And he also has chopped fingers on the Supercheap Auto V8 supercar.
That is also cool.
Which apparently even Forza made in their game. There's like chopped fingers on the car in the game. Anyway, I saw him. He was not a machine. He's like a lovely young man.
Yeah.
He was at the bar getting some soup and a bread roll, and I was getting some mung beans. And
really?
Yeah, mung beans.
This story was sounding really realistic until that bit.
No, I did. I had some mung beans up in Byron Bay. They're huge. But the point is, he's not a machine. He's a human being, and he has skills. And a human being can make decisions about things And hopefully, I was about to say, and that'll stop them crashing into a wall, but that's not always the case. I would watch it as the short version.
This is a bigger discussion, but is it actually a machine? Is it actually making the decisions, or did the person who programmed it, are they essentially racing the car?
Well, some people say that. They say there's no such thing as stupid computers, there's only stupid programmers. But I would love to hear about the people out there who do it for a living.
Yeah, either way, I think it's rad that these jobs exist as well, that like it's possible to go, what do you want to do when I grow up? I want to be a fireman, I want to be a policeman, I want to program race cars that have artificial intelligence that run on batteries.
Yes.
And then do 200 and something Ks an hour. I think it's pretty cool. So I think it's interesting to see where that progresses, because it's only just sort of starting to kick off now.
When people develop these cars and develop these technologies, they often spend a lot of time maximising whatever technology and budget they have to make engines or different things like that. But when they're finished, it goes to a completely different department of people. They're the marketing people, and they're the ones who've got to sell it and often give it its name. And we've spoken about that in the past, how one particular engine, like the 2-litre FSI engine that would appear in the Golf GTIs, is then detuned and put across a range of different vehicles so that you get more power or less power, basically depending on what spec you get. But once it gets to the marketing people, they've also got to come up with a name, and some of the names that they come up with are just stupid. We've spoken in the past, obviously, about the Tiguan. Why is it the Tiguan? Because that's half Tiger, half Iguana. Let's put the two of them together. And we've said in the past that that doesn't work. Let's say you've got cockatoo and tomato sauce, cock sauce. You're not going to call your car that.
Mitsubishi,
that's just a stupid name.
Mitsubishi Starion.
Yeah, but Starion's kind of cool.
Stallion,
It's like a stallion
but
of the sky.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Anyway, so some cars just have stupid names, and sometimes they're kind of inventive. Of course, we have the Daihatsu Naked. We've got the Great Wall Wingle. I mean, that's an interesting name that's sold in Australia. And probably my all-time favourite awkward car that even if I did want it, I wouldn't buy it just because of the awkwardness of it, is the Ford Probe.
Now, is a Ford Probe a 180? Is it a front-wheel drive 180SX? Because there was some confusion back in the day when those cars first came out. I know.
Pretend. No, that's
I knew that was going to upset
I thought I knew you.
I knew that was going to upset you, but I had to put it out there because I saw a shot from above of a Ford Probe. Get a shot of a Ford Probe and a 180SX from above and look down and see who was copying who. I don't know what the answer is. I think the 180 came out first.
Are we done talking on the Ford Probe?
We are.
All right, let's move on. Is that even legal? This week in Is That Even Legal, we are close to home in Australia, and we're talking about drink driving. Now, for people who are from Australia, this is probably not big news, but for other people around the world, this is quite strange. We're allowed to drink and drive in Australia. You are allowed to consume alcohol that's at a measurable level and get in your car and drive. Now this, I mean, we've told some people this when we're overseas, and they just think it is absolute madness. Now, there's all these different rules about the drinks, and you know, the general thing that I learnt when I was young, if you're a guy, you can have 2 drinks in the first hour and 1 every after that is the guideline. Women can have 1 drink an hour. The point is that people are going out, drinking alcohol, assuming that they've got some system, you use some mouthwash, you do some whatever, you have a sleep, you do some exercise, and then they have all these systems of when they're going to be right to drive. But because we have this kind of weird thing of, well, you can drink some but not too much, it's like super taxing on resources. Whereas somewhere in Japan, that's just like zero. Like you cannot have alcohol, but you can have blow-off valves and modify your car. And we had a funny moment that we've spoken about before when we were in Japan, and we told them, we said, we're not allowed to have blow-off valves, but you can drink alcohol. And they just looked at us like we were we were cray-cray. We were off the planet. Because over there, they modify their cars and have no alcohol. My question is, what would you rather have? Would you rather be able to consume alcohol and drive your car, or would you rather our limit was 0, but you can modify your car?
Or modify it any way you want, within reason?
Jap spec. So within Japanese, so you know, so body kits and intakes and all the things that they don't really get in trouble over there. What do you think, Martin?
Oh, I think it's so hard to push change across that as well, because obviously alcohol existed before cars. And were people falling off their horses and getting done? I guess they were.
Getting done?
Like getting done by the police or whatever for being drunk. Were you allowed to get drunk and ride a horse? Let's go back a little way.
Yes.
And then like, you know, trying to instigate that change. And I think through the time that at least I've been driving, probably it really started to get into focus where people were like, nah, okay, less on the alcohol. And then eventually P-platers were allowed 0. I think they still were. When I got my license, you still were allowed like 1 drink, but no one bothered because it's like, it's too risky. You lose your license. And I think that's a good thing, that it is like, you know.
It's confusing though, isn't it?
It is confusing. And the system, there was no way of testing it either. Like you were always guessing. So if you do have a drink and then you drive, you're like, I might be able to limit, I might not. And then if you do get breath tested, you wait there 10 minutes and they check you again.
Yeah.
And then if that comes up, then they go and blood test
Yeah,
you.
well, the roadside test in Australia is only an indicative result and cannot be used in court.
Yeah.
So any results they get from there, they've got to take you either back to the bus or back to the police station
a proper bench
and do a proper thing.
test.
But in some ways, I don't know. In some ways, it feels like setting it all up. It's like if you've been drinking, you're done. Because some people go, oh, well, I only had 3 drinks and I had this. Oh, it must have been the plum pudding. It must have been this. Oh, this guy did this. I ate some chicken that was cooked in whatever. It's crazy. So I don't know the answers. Of course, maybe there needs to be some amount of leniency in case you're eating a chocolate that has some like rum in it or something. They're gross anyway. Have you ever had them? Like chocolates with liqueur in them?
Yeah.
It's feral. Anyway, in your country, this is what we're keen to hear. What are the alcohol restrictions? Like, what is the deal? What is your limit? In Australia, it's 0.05. What is it per litre per something?
Something like that. Various parts of America, I think, are 0.08, but I think that's come down closer to the sort of international standard. And here's the other thing. If you haven't slept for 3 days, you're not going to be driving very well.
No.
So
that's in Australia, you can get done for being tired now, can't you?
Oh, there's some new law about that. I don't know the details, but yeah.
Can. Anyway, there it is, Martin. Let's kick it into weird stuff off the internet.
Today in Weird Stuff Off the Internet, we are talking about fashion that follows reality, not fiction. And I say fashion loosely because I'm talking about a particularly bright, slightly offensively orange t-shirt that I happen to be wearing right now. And more so where it came from.
Martin, I'd love to hear about where it came from and how the concept was developed.
So we were filming.
As you're talking, I'm going to get a few little shots of it here close up.
We were filming the Mini with Darth Vader and Turbo Yoda up at AM Auto in Queensland, and I happened to walk past the Mini subframe that had the mad 1.6 litre engine sitting in it or whatever, and it had the shock absorber that was going straight up, and we freeze framed it as we were editing, and I had this massive, giant silver shock absorber spine, and went, that's kind of cool. And so Iron Gav, who's a freaking legend, I sent him the picture and said, is this cool? And do you reckon you could like make it work on a shirt? And he said, I can do anything. And I went, amazing. And he came back with this, which is also cool because there's like a V8 with a turbo on the front, which is the way that you turbo V8 engines, which was a cool bonus.
That's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, like a little turbo there and a thing there and the logo.
So it turned from a weird image in the edit suite to going, can you actually make a t-shirt that looks like you've got a spine made out of that?
And I would encourage anyone who has a cool idea for a t-shirt to go and make a t-shirt because it's really kind of these days heaps easier than it used to be, and you can wear some mad custom clothing.
That's right.
Off the internet.
Off the internet. There it is. Go make your own t-shirt. That's the moral of the story. Take a photo of something that you care about and then do something with it. There.
Boom.
Boom. Kick it. Fank of the week. No. Yes. Do it. Yes.
Is it Fank of the week?
No. Yes. We've got a new segment.
What's the new segment?
Do you want to hear about the new segment?
This is so loose.
Okay. I insert the new segment graphics.
Does it go like that, this one?
Those graphics were rubbish. They don't exist yet, which is why we just put a bit of handwritten paper up there. This is a brand new segment called My Crap Car.
Yes.
My Crap Car is where you show us a video of your crap car, 90 seconds or less. The crapper the car, the better.
No music, please.
No music, please.
Say hello to Unicorn Circuit in the start of your video so we know that you love us. And
the video must start with, hello the Unicorn Circuit, this is my crap car. It must start with that. And you can send it to mycrapcar@theunicorncircuit.com.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's going to be awesome.
We can do that.
Can we do that?
I think so.
Do you know how to do that up? Set up your thing with the thing. There it is. So we have a brand new segment. We're going to be showing videos of your cars. The crappier, the better. Hopefully running. If it's just like sitting in the barn or whatever, you know, take us for a little drive. It's my town, but it's my crap car. There it is, Martin. Let's kick it into Fank of the Week.
Fanking is the delightful art of recontextualizing a product by holding it down near your crotch. Bonus points for dual fanks, triple fanks, she fanks. You can use the thumb technique, where you cover part of the word of whatever's printed on that product to recontextualize it even more. You can go full on deep, triple fank deep. Sometimes there's extra points for fanking. What's that movie where they go in the dream, the dream, the dream, the dream? That one.
Inception.
That one. There's Fankception, extra points for Fankception. And this week we have a delightful collection of Fanks for all of us to view, along with some delightful backing music to get you in the mood.
I hurt my arm.
What'd you do? I only just noticed this right now. What'd you do?
I don't know.
Which hand did you drill?
No, that was that hand.
Oh.
I heard that one.
How'd you hurt it?
I don't know.
It just
Started hurting.
Oh, that sucks.
Something to do with maybe... No, someone was suggesting...
Oh, everyone on the internet's going to be suggesting...
because of the Honda Mini thing. That they thought it was while I was working on the car because it's so hard to work on.
I thought it was because you were so excited by it.
I was, and I'm like trying to work on it. But yeah, no, it's while working on the Mini, hurt my arm because it's so small in there, so crammed.
B16W.
Martin, anyway, did you explain what this crap was? All right, let's hook into it. Here we go.
I got to use a big word like recontextualizing, and I felt so smart for about 5 seconds.
Martin, bum burner.
Well done.
Well done. What is a bum burner?
That's intentional, isn't it?
I don't know what they're doing.
The marketing person said, let's call it bum burner because on the way out, it's going to sting your butt.
Oh, what is it? Is that
I think
edible?
it's a sausage.
Oh, is it? A sausage?
It's a hot sausage.
Really?
I don't know, I can't see
no
it.
idea.
We always go through this. I can't see that far.
Martin,
That's out of focus.
It's on pussy jerk sauce. What is that?
What?
What does it do?
I've never seen anything like that. That can't be real. What brand do you reckon it was?
I don't know. I'd eat it.
There's a picture of a cat.
Canadian large box.
Well done.
Well done. Good job. Straight up. This is a cock full of nuts, Mark.
Well done. Original cock full of nuts.
Well done.
I don't know how that works, and I don't even want to think about what that means.
Looks delicious. Martin, this is the Big D killer.
Well done. This looks a brand of Big D that makes lots of stuff.
Is there?
Yeah.
The Big D.
If you had a fly swat, would it be like the Big D slapper or something?
Okay.
Hey, does anyone use fly swatters anymore?
Oh, people use the guns now. You get a little gun that's got a, you squeeze it and it goes splat.
It gets the fly.
Yeah. Have you seen it? It's a flat bit with a little shaft on it and you put it in a plastic thing with a rubber band splat.
Do you think flies have evolved to, if they see someone with a fly swatter, they just go somewhere else?
If I went to a fly picnic, when they were not looking, I would legit go up there, dack myself and shit on their lunch. Because that's what they do to humans every day. Don't they? Now see how you like it. People crapping maggots all over your food.
Wow.
Here's James Bond from behind, mate. That's Arsebreaker 007. That's an amp. Well done.
Oh, that's new. Bass breaker.
Good job. Jack oil.
Well
Why
done.
does Jack need specific oil?
What's going on here? Is there someone else in that photo? And are they in a line at a shop? I'm always interested in the context. I use that word again.
Yeah.
Of where that Fank's happening. He's buying stuff like for his. I'm reading into it too much.
Don't know what happened
It's
there,
a
Mum.
fake.
Here we go.
Bowl.
Here's some feeding frenzy. Bowl.
Nice. That looks like it's at an aquarium or something.
Well done. An aquarium. Martin, here's some extra dick. We call that duck in Australia. What do we call that product again?
It's toilet duck or something.
Don't we call it toilet duck?
A duck is a duck, quack, quack.
And you meant
quack,
to squeeze it up under the thing so that, I mean, do we need this? Do we need to squirt up under the flat? Really?
I don't understand the significance of the thing except that it's supposed to look funny, and I guess it puts the liquid through the thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. It puts liquid up under the flat. And do you really need to squirt liquid right up under the flat? Can't you just squirt it on the main
Well,
bit?
I know that in a day-to-day basis, the liquid gets squirted up under the flap unless you, like, how does that even physically possible?
Have you ever cleaned a toilet, man?
Your
You just squeeze it.
Your appendage would have to look like the top of the duck.
What?
To wee on the inside of the thing. It would have to.
I don't understand, Martin. Crunchy balls.
Balls.
So yummy, you want them. Well done.
I said.
Here we go, butt cookies. Now what's a butt cookie, Martin? What does it do?
Oh, it was a butter cookie.
Oh, it's a butter cookie. Well done. I thought it was some kind of edible suppository. Here we go, Hammer Time, the #1 beater.
Hammerite. Hammerite?
Oh, it is Hammerite. What's
beige. It's beige as well, man.
What would it have been
It's
before the
fence paint.
#1, but what beater? Rust. Yeah, it was
beater.
Rust beater, the #1 Rust beater.
Sure.
Next, we've got the arse cleaner.
Oh, it was
Well
a glass
done.
cleaner.
It removes stubborn grime
I've never
with
seen-
smear-free results.
Is that green glass cleaner? I've never seen it before. It's always blue in Australia. What colour is your glass cleaner?
Well done. You know the best way of cleaning glass? Newspaper. Car detailer short me that. Taught me that, short me that. He shorn me like a sheep. And then I was crispy clean. Martin, all right, we're going to finish up.
Bank of the week.
Bank of the
Bank
week.
of
What have
the
we
week.
got? Bank of the week. Bank of the week. Here it is, Martin. Boom! We've got the boy wang. Well done, and well done on your shoes.
What does it say? Cornick?
It's the boy wang.
Garlic flavoured boy wang.
Flavoured boy wang.
Ooh.
I don't want to eat that.
No,
I'm just going to say, if you would like to send us in your fanks, please go to the Fanking Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Fanking Daily. Upload your photos, and you might make it onto the show. And you can tell all your friends that you're famous on the internet on a quality entertainment program.
For recontextualising products by holding them near your crotch.
Absolutely.
Smart.
Martin, what are we up to? We're up to mytown.
Let's
let's run the graphics. Let's get this horse gyrating and just get this thing done. mytown.
mytown.
It's my favourite thing.
I love mytown.
We could actually just delete every other part of this show and just call it mytown.
Call it mytown.
Except for the fanking and the
I
food.
would watch it. And the news is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not always. Usually involves robotic, self-driving electric cars with AI.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
So, Martin, mytown is where you guys show us your town. We like to see the good, the bad, and the damn right ugly. So,
today we're going to Germany.
Love Germany.
Germany.
Have you been to Germany?
I have been to Germany.
I spent a little bit of time in Munich.
Yep.
I ate some sausage.
Yep.
I went to the Hofbrauhaus, which is a big beer house.
Yep.
They have sawdust on the floor.
That's good.
Do you know why they have that? Do you guys know why they have sawdust on the floor there? Does anyone do you know why? Do you know why?
Oh, is it to clean up the vomit?
Yeah.
Is it? I just guessed that.
You drink, have a yacht, sweet, drink, have a yacht,
genius.
sweet.
And it just clumps and like kitty clumping cat litter.
Martin, I heard a rumour, and I don't know if this is true, and we are going to hook into it soon, but at a public swimming pool, if someone does a poo in it, they take out the chunks, and 20 minutes later you can get back into the pool. But if someone vomits in it, you've got to wait like an hour. Why do you wait less time for poo than you wait for vomit? Who knows? Is vomit dirtier than poo?
Does it compound? If someone, both ends, explodes from both ends,
is it
which
1 hour, 20 minutes?
Is it an hour and 20 minutes, or is it 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Or do they just use the highest one?
I would love to hear from a biologist or somebody that knows anything about medical. This is a legit question. Is poo dirtier than vomit?
If chlorine kills all the living
No,
things...
it's the other way around. Does vomit have more bad stuff in it than poo does?
And if chlorine kills everything that comes out of you in that form after a certain amount of time in the filtering and stuff, does that mean everything that's alive on you, like all those little bacteria are alive on you?
Are they dead?
Are they all dead too? Because if so, I feel like every time I go to the pool, I should be like, sorry, boys.
I got the munchies. Let's go to Germany.
Hello Unicorn Circuit, I'm Sebastian. This is my town from Hürth in Germany. It's the town next to Cologne. And of course, it just started raining. Most beautiful town in the world. Seriously. It's the best town. We have a sausage on the roundabout, a soccer arena, and dirty roads. We got some beautiful scenery. We've got industry, weird buildings with TVs on it. We got prostitutes and caravans. This is weird. Yeah, that's it for my town. I guess biggest attraction is the city next to it, Cologne.
So that was Germany, mate.
That was a cool video.
That was a very, very cool video.
I prefer videos where we get outside the car, but I understand in a very rainy, cold place.
Yeah.
It's not always possible.
Or if you're in Germany, in Russia, and it's -50. You can send us your videos to mytown@theunicorncircuit.com. Try and not use music in them if you can, because that makes it harder for us to use. So just you and your talking, the dulcet tones of your town, of your voice, of your speaking, flapping through your...
Awesome, my town's so keen. I'd like to go somewhere in South America.
What he said.
I want to go somewhere in South America. I think last time we said Trinidad and Tobago, which I understand is not necessarily... Anyway, I want to go there, and I'd love to go to South America. Would you?
I would like to check out Singapore. because we've been there, we've done the car scene, but considering people have got to spend $100,000 just to buy a COE, which is the certificate of entitlement that lets them buy a car, I think it would be really interesting to see the context in which someone lives that gives them the capacity to do that, to live in a place like that. Martin, have you got any stories to tell?
I want to go to Brazil as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
You can do that just down at the nail bar. They just do. Apparently they do it on their knees.
Ooh.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No.
Do you ever thought about that?
No.
They do it from behind. Oh, yes.
What, like?
I asked someone. It's like if
dear.
you're getting everything shaved off. Apparently, because I just assumed you lie down in stirrups, and I've never done it. But apparently you go on your knees, and then you go full perineum upside, and they just. Anyway, Martin, have you got any stories to tell?
It's a sticky caramel sauce.
Do you?
Huh?
Have you got a story to tell? Let's go into story time. Martin's got an amazing story for you, everyone, and the end is just, you'll never guess what happened.
I'm the worst person ever to talk about story time, except I want to tell you a little story today about my good friend Turbo Yoda, and I may have convinced him to build a Daihatsu.
Really?
Yes. This is the guy that turbos V8 Toyotas and Japanese, let's just put a turbo on it.
He's had a taste of the Japanese nugget.
And I somehow convinced him that he needed a Daihatsu. So a half cut was acquired of a very cool Japanese Daihatsu, and a local shell was acquired of a not quite as cool currently, but will be cool Daihatsu. And the two have been slowly blended together. And I spent my weekend with him, and Mechanical Stick dropped in as well. And
This is not our cool half cut we're talking about, by the way.
No, this is a different thing. And spent some time doing that, which was pretty cool. And from two completely separate cars with a different engine to a working driving setup, starts, whatever, aftermarket ECU in less than 3 days.
So
that was my
newsflash,
weekend.
Turbo Yoda now drives a Daihatsu.
He drives a Daihatsu. And there's going to be some cool little,
Wow.
there's going to be like a little blog post thing you can check out on the Mighty Cummels website if you want to go and find out more about that. That'll be coming
Mighty
in the
Cummels, what's that?
next few days. Oh, that's that other show we make that he says that you guys don't know about it, like he's advertising it like it's a different thing and you guys have never seen it, which is ridiculous.
It's true.
But anyway,
It's
it'll be up
true.
there so you can check it out.
I met my first Unicorn Circuit fan recently, and they
Did
go,
you?
"Oh, really? Yeah, it was a girl." And she, "Oh, I like your thing." And I go, "Oh, we make this other show, Mighty Cummels." She looked at me like I was an idiot, because I am, and she'd never heard of it, hadn't seen it, didn't know what it was. It's true.
It's time for Random Eat Bag.
This week in Random Eat Bag, Martin.
What do we got?
We've got some unicorn food. Taste the magic, feel the magic, ride the magic rainbow. We got a package from Germany,
We did.
and inside it, was that Germany?
I think it was Germany. These,
Martin, we're having some Othello
yes.
keks.
what are they?
Mate, Othello keks is a mint VL cacao.
Oh, really? Is that a mint chocolate biscuit?
I don't know, mate, but I'm going to read the back here. Cacaos. Cacao.
You sound like a bird.
Keks and Nachtmittel mit dem Kauf von UTS Certification Cacao. It's UTZ certified cacao. It's vegan food, Martin.
Vegan food.
Have you ever met a vegan before?
How do you know when you meet a vegan?
Because they tell you about it straight away.
I'll tell you.
Martin, here we go, my friend. Let's
I'm
try
excited
some
about a minty chocolate biscuit. If that's what
Othello
that is.
kek. And thank you very much for watching the Unicorn Circuit for another week. I'll tell you if this is worth eating or
Thanks
not.
for sending us our mad biscuit.
Thank
also.
you very much for sending us a biscuit.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Is it good, Martin? Othello kek. Thank you very much.
I love it. You don't love it.
No. You
Not
and
at
I
all?
like very different food. Have you noticed that?
I think this might be
I'll eat
because
bugs
this is
and you
like
eat whatever.
This is Euro style, man.
It's a bit cacao-y. It's a bit. It's they do it things a little bit weird. Have you ever got like a sparkling mineral water in Europe? They're called European bubble. They're half the size of our bubbles over here.
Really?
If you get like a soda water here, the bubble size is like, let's say it's that big. In Europe, the bubble size is half, and it tastes half as well.
Does anyone know why the bubbles are smaller?
Are you about to tell us?
No, I love learning these things
Okay.
because we seem to have a fairly wide international audience, which I think is the best thing ever. And you guys know stuff. And
Why are the bubbles smaller in Australian soda water?
bigger in
than over there?
Australia, so water.
Bigger, whatever, man. Yeah. Farewell.
amazing.
Thank you for watching. See you next week, unless we don't. Otherwise, we will.
Othello kek.
Farewell.